These are the culprits. They are the drop lifter elbows. As you can see, they're broken. They are found below the keyboard on a Spinet piano. They help transfer the motion of the keys down to the action. They are made of plastic, and after many years they become brittle and break with simple playing of the piano, making those particular keys unusable. This is a replacement elbow. I ordered an entire set plus a couple of extras for under $40. You can find them online from several dealers. One end has an opening for threading onto the drop lifter rod or wire. The other end has an opening for slipping the elbow onto a small pin in the whipping mechanism. The originals did not have this opening, so they had to be carefully broken off the whipping, as you'll see in a moment. Okay, here I'm removing the original elbows by breaking them apart with a pair of needle nose pliers. You can see how brittle they are. You do need to be careful not to put sideways pressure on either of the two wooden flanges of the whipping. If you break the whipping, then you've got a lot bigger problem. Once I broke the part of the elbow attached to the whipping free, then I could remove the drop wire from the piano key above. Then, using the pliers, I crushed the remaining part of the elbow that is attached to the wire, leaving a clean wire ready to thread into the new elbow. Here I'm threading the new elbows onto the drop wire. They actually make a small tool you can use with a drill that makes threading the elbows onto the wires a bit quicker, but it was quite easy to do this by hand and saved me 17 bucks. Most of these elbows got a bit tight to thread towards the end, so I would back them off a few twists and then twist them on the rest of the way. It was important to thread the elbows all the way up to the top of the threaded portion of the wire. The vice grip needle nose pliers were critical to firmly hold the wire while threading on the elbows. Notice that the other end of the wire has a small padded wooden nut where it sets in the end of the piano key. You'll see how this works in a moment. Here I am hanging the drop lifters back into the piano. Note that there is a slot in the end of the piano key and a hole into which the drop wire sets. After I had completed attaching the elbows down below, I came back and made certain that all the padded nuts on the tops of the wires were firmly seated down into these holes. Attaching the elbows to the whippings is a simple matter of just pushing them firmly onto the pins in the whippings, making sure not to cross the wires and attach the wrong piano key to the wrong whipping. It actually was pretty simple. Once the repaired drop lifters were all attached, then I could adjust the wooden nuts on the tops of some of the wires to make sure that all of the keys on the front of the piano are level with each other and that the keys have the right travel when pressed. This is done simply by twisting the wooden nut up to lower the front of the key and down to raise the front of the key.